Hello and welcome to Greetingstar. It's been a while, but I'm back and I'm so excited because I have a freebie to share with you. Now, here are some Christmas cards that I made using the freebie. You can see here this is some pattern paper that I designed on my computer, and here are some beautiful little images that I'd love to share with you for your personal use, not for commercial, just for personal. But anyway, I made all of those Christmas cards using that pattern paper and the images. So let's get right to it. Okay, so here is the pattern paper. Now I couldn't decide between either the dark or the light, so I decided to use both. So on this first one you can see the trees are more of a dark green, sort of a forest green. And the second one here, they are more like a blue green, a light blue green. So you can use either one you like. And I just printed this out on regular copy paper just to show you. And then I also have a gingerbread pattern. So those are really cute and lots of fun. You can use, oops, I wanted to show you my cute little bear there. He's always in my lap. And then here is some cute little gingerbread people that you can use as well. They're about a little bit bigger than 3 inches, so they're perfect for your card size, but since they're digital, you can change them to any size you want. Now here's an example of a card that I made using some of these digital images. And of course I use some other supplies too, and I'll link all of those down in the description in case you want to too. Here's some gold paper that I recently bought. It's not exactly the same as this gold paper, but any mirrored gold cardstock or gold cardstock that you can find should do just fine. And the little stamp here I heat embossed with white embossing powder, and I used the festival tags here from poppystamps.com to create the little banner there. And then of course the bling is just the bling that I purchased, I think at walmart.com, but you can get bling anywhere. Now the stamp comes from a stamp set from Hero Art CL887. Here's the next card. This one is a cutout shaker card, and then I also use that same stamp set to stamp on the acetate with some white opaque StazOn ink there. And then also you can see the bling at the top, and the Let It Snow is also heat embossed. It's white embossing powder. So that's the second card, and these are with the light pattern paper. Now this I used silver mirrored cardstock. Here's an example of some that I recently bought at scrapbook.com, but you can also find it on amazon.com. And I just created kind of a little ruffle at the bottom by putting 3 layers of paper and then putting some cuts in it. And the frame I created using 2 of the squares from the Spellbinder's Nestabilities. You can see those there. So you can do the same thing. And then this one, instead of using the silver paper, I used some silver washi tape. And I also used a silver gel pen. It's a Uniball Signo gel pen. And I also traced the squirrels on the little swirls on the tree. Now this one here, I also used a die cut. It's a tag, nested tags from scrapbook.com, and some baker's twine on that little tag. And then underneath that, of course, there's the die. Underneath that you can see the cute little striped pattern and then the silver. Now instead of using the silver just by itself, it was really shiny and I kind of wanted to tone it down. So I took some tulle and a brayer and just went over it to transfer that pattern from the tulle onto the silver. That kind of tones it down a bit. Now with this cute little card, I use the Spellbinder's Nestabilities in the ovals and also in the scalloped ovals. And I just cut out the main oval there, and then this big one is just basically the negative that was left, and I cut it in half and glued it to the top and bottom of the card. So that's really easy and fun. Now this is a cute little gingerbread house, and I used some triangle or square die. I used those same square dies, and I just turned them so that I could create the diagonal at the top and then the square at the bottom. And then some of that pattern paper that I had at the top, I just cut out a cute little thing to put on the roof. Now this is the Wow glitter that I used inside of this shaker, and you can see in the bottle here that it comes with lots of little cute little gingerbread shapes and dots, but I also used some iridescent sequins and some silver sequins just to kind of change it up and make it a little more interesting. And I will show you an image of the dye that I used to create that roof. But for the little gingerbread girl and the little gingerbread boy, I used some Nuvo drops for their eyes. And then for her cheeks, I used just some glitter glue. You could use stickles or whatever you have on hand. And then her little dress has some little teeny tiny pearls, some little embellishments that I got. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but her eyes, I did little eyelashes with this push pin. So before the Nuvo drops dried, I just used that pin to kind of pull it out, which I thought was a really cute little touch. Okay, now as I said, the roof was made using some dies, and this here is the image of the dies that I used. It's the Avery L dotted border dies, in case you want to get those. All right, so now we're going to go on to the next card. And this card I did use the darker pattern. So for those Christmas trees, you can see it's the forest green instead of the lighter blue-green. Now I'm going to trim down this gold cardstock to about 1/4 of an inch. Each one of these strips is 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to use those on the front of my card. You can see I already trimmed down the pattern paper, and this is an A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's how I'm going to lay it out. And then I'm going to cut out from the gold paper and the red paper with a little circle dies there. And then I just hand trimmed that Christmas tree myself. So I'm just adhering this with my tape, my glue tape, the ATG runner, and do the same thing with those strips there, which you can see here. I've sped up the video so you don't have to watch my slow work here. So you can see once those are done, I'm just using the grid in my background to help me line this up. I'm going to trim those off and then just adhere the circles. And I thought that I might try it kind of off center, but I ended up not liking the way that looked, so I just pulled it up and moved it to the center. You can decide how you want to do it. You can either do it in the center or on the side. So that's it for that card. So that's what it looks like with the darker green pattern instead of the light green. Now, if you would like to access some of these free resources for your personal use, not for commercial, just for your personal, you can please subscribe, leave a comment, and number 3, send me an email to greetingstar@greetingstar.org so that I can send those files to you. Make sure and let me know what your email is that you want me to send it to. Thanks so much, and don't forget to check out my blog at greetingstar.org. You'll find lots of good information there. And then also I have an ebook that I've written that you can access on amazon.com/author/Greetingstar. It's $2.99, and it's great for beginners and experienced users alike. It will have lots of great ideas for cards and also information about tools and resources. So have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.